Hello, knowledge seekers. In this episode of 20-Minute Books, we delve into The Icarus Deception by Seth Godin, a best-selling author revered for his groundbreaking work in marketing, leadership, and the way we perceive and embrace creativity in the modern economy. Seth Godin challenges the traditional narrative of Icarus, urging us to reconsider the danger of flying too low as much as flying too high. The Icarus Deception is a compelling manifesto for the new economic era, one where playing it safe is no longer safe, and automation threatens routine jobs. As Godin explains, success in a world that is increasingly global and interconnected requires a bold embrace of creativity and innovative thinking. This book is an essential read for entrepreneurs, dreamers, and artists who are ready to take the leap and redefine what it means to achieve professional and personal fulfillment. Furthermore, Godin's expertise shines through, informed by his illustrious career, including the founding of Squidoo and his insightful books like Purple Cow, Tribes, and Poke the Box. For everyone looking to thrive in a world that constantly rewrites the rules of work, The Icarus Deception serves as a guide to not just lift off, but to soar ambitiously in your endeavors. Join us as we explore how to make a remarkable difference by daring to create art that matters. The Icarus Deception: How High Will You Fly? Introduction. Dive into the digital age by awakening your artist within. With the continuous march of technological advancement, the landscape of work and creativity is undergoing a metamorphosis. The rise of the digital realm signals the downfall of the mundane and monotonous jobs that once structured our working lives. But rather than bemoan the loss of the traditional 9-to-5, it's time to see this as an opportunity to evolve, to become the artist of the digital age. Seth Godin, a visionary in understanding modern work dynamics, challenges us to redefine what it means to be an artist. Art, according to Godin, isn't confined to canvases and concert halls. It encompasses any endeavor that's laced with passion, originality, and human insight, the very things that our computer counterparts can't replicate. Becoming an artist in this new era isn't a walk in the park. It demands unwavering commitment and emotional resilience, especially since the artist's path lacks the safety net of a regular paycheck. Yet, the rewards transcend mere financial gain. It's about tapping into a deeper sense of purpose and contributing to a society that values meaningful engagement over mechanical productivity. In the journey to unleash the artist waiting in the wings of your soul, you're not without guidance. We're about to debunk enduring myths and arm you with strategies to unlock your creative capabilities. Throughout this transformative process, you'll discover that stepping beyond your comfort zone is the crucible where great art is forged. You'll understand how societal norms use the tool of shame to mold individuals into conformity, and how to resist this pressure. And most importantly, you'll learn that the true essence of an artist isn't so much about raw talent as it is about the virtues of obsession, grit, and unyielding perseverance. Join us as we delve into the art of embracing your creative core and thriving in the digitally dominated world. Part 1. Escape the Icarus: Deception to Unleash Innovation. As we stand on the brink of an era dominated by automation, there's a pressing question for us all. What will be our human value when the machines rise? The answer lies in our innate ability to innovate, to think outside the proverbial box, to be artists. But there's a problem. We have been shackled by the Icarus Deception, a mindset that celebrates mediocrity and caution over the bold endeavor. The tale of Icarus, as chronicled in Greek mythology, is often preached as a cautionary tale. Icarus, the wax-winged son of the master craftsman Daedalus, famously flew too high, ignoring his father's warning, and met his demise as his wings melted from the sun's relentless beams. Society has latched onto this narrative, warning us time and again, don't fly too high. Yet this caution has been ill-embraced, for we've overlooked another critical caution from Daedalus: Don't fly too low. This part of the myth warns against the dangers of complacency and mediocrity. Failing to push boundaries to leave the safety of the known is akin to a low flight that risks entanglement with the sea's dangerous lures. This duality of advice from the ancient story is more relevant today than ever before, as we find the old paradigms crumbling. Gone are the days when safe, stable office work was the golden ticket. The 1990s saw a seismic shift towards a reward system that favored not the cautious, but the creative, those who dared to embrace risk and drive new ideas forward. The origins of global behemoths like Facebook speak volumes to the success of such a mindset, where the venture into unknown digital waters was anything but a low flight. We stand to gain much from mimicking these endeavors. The fresh comfort zone in the digital age is painted with the brushstrokes of creativity and human connection. To thrive in this new world, we must cast aside the Icarus deception and redefine our trajectory. Find equilibrium between soaring recklessly high and stagnating frighteningly low. Let us remember, the midst of innovation is rarely found in the extremes, but in the courageous space that lies between. Part 2. Thriving in the connected economy by seizing control. Picture this: a hapless kitten dangling helplessly from its mother's mouth, a stark contrast to a baby monkey clutching determinedly to its parent in the wild. As we navigate the terrain of the modern, interconnected world, the time has come for us to emulate the monkey, to cling to initiative and seize our own futures proactively. Let's dissect the fabric of the new economy that's enveloping us. It's characterized by extensive connectedness and a significant reduction in gatekeepers. These two elements are knitting a new tapestry of opportunity, where the old barriers erected by middlemen are crumbling under the weight of digital connectivity. In this burgeoning environment, creatives no longer have to passively await the nod of industry titans to validate and proliferate their work. Musicians, actors, writers, artists of all trades can bypass these traditional gatekeepers and engage directly with their audience through platforms like YouTube and iTunes. The gate has been flung open, and the pathway to creative dissemination now stretches unimpeded before them. Take the music industry as an example. In bygone days, music artists were largely at the mercy of labels to scout them and bankroll their ascent to stardom. Success was a concoction of talent, serendipity, and the whims of an industry plagued by exploitative practices. Fast forward, and the landscape has transformed entirely. Now a musician can compose a song, release it online, and, should just a pair of listeners press buy on iTunes, they've out-earned what they might have from selling an entire album in pre-digital days. But the potential extends far beyond musicians. Professionals like designers, consultants, educators, and therapists are finding their entrepreneurial stride online. Setting up shop via YouTube channels, personal websites, and leveraging social media to tap into a global audience. The connected economy is not selective. It beckons every imaginative individual to leap forth and chart their own course. In this new arena, we are all urged to be the monkeys, agile, resolute, and ready to take charge. It's time to grip tightly to the broad back of opportunity and let our creative ambitions run wild in a world brimming with untapped potential and far fewer gates. Part 3. Embrace kamiwaza and commit to your craft with genuine humility. In the pursuit of mastery, there's an age-old concept that perfectly encapsulates the essence of full commitment and immersion: kamiwaza. This Japanese term, evoking the spirit of the divine, may seem to teeter on the edge of vanity. However, it's our own interpretation of humility that's misconstrued, begging for a redesign to suit the needs of the modern artist. Humility isn't synonymous with mediocrity or a lackluster approach. Instead, true humility is found in the tireless quest for excellence and skill. When we pour our being into a pursuit, we transcend our preoccupation with self-image, evading the trapping of external judgment. This self-forgetting dedication to our craft is the very embodiment of humility. Attaining this state of self-effacing grace translates into a profound ability to collaborate and contribute meaningfully to society. It's donning the cape of responsibility, leading by example, and proving that taking chances isn't just permissible, it's commendable. For instance, consider a person with an innate flair for fashion. The humble path isn't toiling away in the anonymity of a cubicle. True humility would be to channel this passion into creating a new fashion label, thereby offering their unique value to the world. By redefining humility thus, one focuses on adding their finest work to the communal fabric without a hint of conceit or personal gain. This reimagined humility is not just a nicety, it's the linchpin of your artistic commitment. Half-hearted dabbling in art, while clinging to the security of a day job, is unlikely to yield remarkable results. Art demands your all. It craves the acknowledgement that success is neither assured nor delivered in neat, predictable paychecks. To put forth a creation that resonates and moves the masses is a humble and arduous odyssey, pregnant with the risk of utter failure. But within this vulnerability lies a potent mix of confidence and authentic humility. It is the fearless commitment to pursuing your art, even without the safety net, that elevates the pursuit from mere pastime to divine act of kamiwaza. Part 4. Artists require grit and independence to thrive in their craft. Grit is far more than just a three-letter word or a rogue element in your salad. It's the backbone of any artist's character. In the color-soaked world of creativity, be it the innovation of customer service protocols or the invention of novel art forms, grit is the secret ingredient to transformational success. According to Angela Duckworth, author of the aptly named book, Grit, this attribute is often misinterpreted as sheer perseverance. But true grit goes deeper. It's the crystallization of one's most profound passions into concrete objectives. Envisioning a digital gathering ground for eco-warriors or crafting a distinctive art style, whatever your passion, grit is the compass that guides your steadfast journey towards these envisioned horizons. Yet, in this undertaking, grit must be paired with an unwavering sense of independence. This goes beyond physical solitude. It means emancipating your creative process from the external constraints and critiques that seek to fence in your expressive spirit. Bosses and overseeing entities, often nestled in hierarchies, must be set aside to let the artist's true voice emerge. Independence isn't just about shedding the yoke of external control. It's also about cultivating internal motivation. An artist cannot rely on perpetual applause to fuel their work. Self-satisfaction and inner validation are the artist's true rewards. This autonomy over your work ensures that your sense of worth is never at the mercy of others' judgments. Moreover, an artist must learn to view success and failure with equal dispassion. Our screens are flooded with snapshots of instant fame, music hits destined to be ephemeral. But loud acclaim does not always mirror the quality or depth of one's work. Pursue greatness and profundity in your art, irrespective of the volume of recognition it receives. To don the artist's cloak is to commit to a life where grit is your steadfast ally and independence your guiding star, journeying towards greatness with a heart that judges success not by the world's applause, but by the authenticity of your own creative truth. Part 5. Overcome shame by nurturing connections and shrugging off negativity. Every superhero has a vulnerability, a single weakness that can render them powerless. For artists, that kryptonite is not a rare extraterrestrial substance, but an all-too-human experience: shame. But why is shame such a formidable adversary for those who create? The answer lies in the profound connection between an artist and their work. When artists create, they are not merely sketching on a canvas or composing a tune, they are pouring their very souls into what they do. As such, even a fleeting criticism can strike deep, much like how a derisive remark about a meticulously planned personal venture would sting more sharply than a comment on routine clerical errors. Criticism, when wielded thoughtlessly, can morph into a tool of shame, a method societies have long employed to enforce conformity. Consider education, where students are often nudged into line through the embarrassing spotlight of public reprimand, especially if they happen to stray from the beaten path. Society, too, shackles our potential under the guise of averting arrogance or folly, casting a shadow of shame over our aspirations. To navigate the turbulent waters of artistic creation, one must therefore cultivate resilience. Shielding one's artistic spirit from the barbs of negativity is pivotal. Succumbing to shame can grind the gears of innovation to a halt, leaving an artist's vision unfulfilled. The antidote? Deliberate focus on nurturing positive connections and steering clear of the quicksand of harsh criticism. When building a career in art, it is imperative to remember that a solitary, disparaging remark can hold the power to sow seeds of self-doubt. Resist the temptation to wade through negative feedback, for in the search for validation lies the risk of encountering that injurious comment. Instead, let your dedication to connection be your guiding force, brushing off critique like dust on a palette, and letting your art speak for itself, unfettered by the weight of shame. Part 6. Sharpen your observational skills to spot the golden chances. Ray Bradbury, a sage of the creative realm, has bequeathed a nugget of wisdom for anyone venturing into the world of creativity. Don't become ensnared within the confines of your own thoughts. Creativity thrives not from endless rumination, but from a symbiotic relationship with the world around us. To truly engage with this world, one must cultivate the art of observance. But why is this act of observation so crucial? It's because success often hinges on the ability to discern opportunities. Opportunities that frequently slip by unnoticed due to our ingrained biases and preconceptions. We tend to view the unfolding tableau of life through the distortions of our personal lenses, which obscures rather than clarifies the reality of the myriad chances available to us. Consider the collective apprehension surrounding new technologies. Many are quick to predict doom and overlook the potential nestled within innovation. Yet, there are individuals like Fred Wilson, a venture capitalist whose clear vision and openness to the digital wind's direction led him to invest early in platforms like Twitter, yielding extraordinary returns. Editors Alan Weber and Bill Taylor echoed this foresight. Sensing the dawn of a new era, they launched Fast Company in 1995, a magazine that became a lodestar in navigating the nascent universe of internet startups, a decision that catapulted them to commercial triumph. These luminaries weren't magically imbued with an ability to spot prospects. They developed it through honing their observational prowess. Sometimes, it is the minute and seemingly inconsequential details that can spawn significant change. Take it from Paco Underhill, an author revered for his meticulous scrutiny. His work for a retail company unveiled a simple yet impactful insight. The discomfort women felt when brushed against by fellow shoppers. His recommendation widened the aisles. The result was nothing short of a revenue revolution. These narratives serve as powerful testaments to the fact that cultivating an observant eye can illuminate the path to success, mapped by opportunities. It's through this vigilant and perceptive approach that once unnoticed openings become gateways to achievement and innovation. Part 7. The mark of a genuine artist lies in dedication, not in talent or eccentricity. Steve Martin, a household name in the realm of comedy, is an enigma. Despite a career studded with success, by traditional standards, he's not exactly a riot of laughter. His journey unveils a profound reality about artistry. It's the fervor for the craft, not raw humor or talent, that propels one to greatness. Martin's approach to comedy shatters the mold. Lacking the dynamic facial expressions and punchline prowess of his peers, he spent years performing to sparse crowds, undeterred. It was his obsession with the intricacies of his performances, the precision of a hand movement, the timing of a sketch conclusion that ultimately transformed his career. Without fitting the conventional comic template, the peculiarity of his non-comical demeanor became his unique brand of comedy. Soon, Martin transitioned from a comedian to a beloved entertainer and MC, with audiences becoming an active part of his performance. This transformation underscores a key truth: the blueprint of an artist defies standard expectations. Another widespread stereotype is the starving artist archetype, a figure battling poverty and inner turmoil, artfully clad in tatters as they rebel against societal norms. But this picturesque notion of the struggling artist is as misleading as the overemphasis on talent. Consider the speakers gracing the TED stage. Often, they're not the larger-than-life eccentrics one might presume. In fact, many could be deemed plain or unremarkable in demeanor. Yet they're united by a singular trait that sets them apart: an unwavering commitment to effect change in their domains of expertise. This commitment, this all-consuming passion that eclipses the need for attention or drama, is the hallmark of true artistry. The earnest artist is neither dictated by society's expectation of talent, nor the need for an unconventional personal story. Instead, they are defined by an insatiable obsession with their work, a dedication that becomes the very essence of their expression and the reason for their resonance with the world. Part 8. Unlock your creativity with daily practice and self-compassion. Writer's block, the dread of every scribe, yet there's no talk of speaker's block. Why? Because speaking is an intrinsic part of our daily routine, so much so that the idea of suddenly being unable to speak is nearly unfathomable. When it comes to transferring thoughts onto paper, however, the words often seem to hit a barricade. To overcome this creative impasse, consider embracing the act of writing as naturally as you do speaking. Make it an everyday endeavor. The solution? Establish a daily ritual of writing. Just as you converse without second-guessing each word, so too can writing become seamless with consistent practice. Set aside a moment each day to pen your thoughts on topics that stir your spirit. With time, the once intimidating void of a blank page transforms into an inviting canvas, ready to be imbued with your unique narrative thread. For those inclined to share their musings, broadcasting them on a blog can be a liberating and affirming exercise. This principle transcends writing. Take aspiring filmmakers stifled by the sight of a camera. The antidote to this paralysis is to film something, anything, every single day. In doing so, the camera becomes less an instrument of intimidation and more an extension of their creative vision. As you embark on this journey of habitual creation, practice self-discipline, but do so with kindness. Being your own overseer can lead to harsh self-scrutiny, slipping into a cycle of self-critique that exceeds any external evaluation. Counteract this by cultivating a nurturing inner dialogue, one that acknowledges accomplishments, no matter how modest, and showers praise rather than perpetuates negativity. Above all, banish the notion of "I can't" from your mental lexicon. Reflect on the path of Steve Martin, who climbed to the pinnacle of comedy through relentless pursuit rather than innate hilarity. His determination is a blueprint for success in today's evolving landscape. By adopting a practice of daily creativity and fostering a benevolent internal mentor, you arm yourself with the tools to not just withstand but flourish in our ever-changing world. Embrace your passions, accept imperfections, and let the forward momentum of habitual creativity propel you towards your artistic zenith. Final summary. In this summary, we discover that at the heart of artistic endeavor lies the power of creativity, a vital skill that can be applied across all walks of life. Whether your canvas is a literal one or the digital marketplace of an online startup, creative thinking is your trump card in the current digital revolution where algorithms and machines have taken over mundane tasks. The real value in this technological upheaval lies with those who dare to think differently, the game changers, the independent spirits, and the passionate innovators. It's a world that favors the bold creators, those who are willing to step out of the safety of the known and into the exciting wilderness of innovation. So, cast aside concerns over immediate recognition or conforming to external validation. Instead, ignite your inner creative fire and boldly step into the world with your ideas. It's the tenacity to chase after your passions, coupled with a spirit of resilience and independence, that will mark your place in this rapidly advancing digital age. Let the world become your stage, and let your artistry, in whatever form it may take, be the performance that captivates and endures. Thank you for joining me today on this journey of learning and discovery as we explored the insights of another thought-provoking book in our growing library of knowledge. If you've enjoyed our time together, please take a moment to follow our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share 20-minute books with other knowledge seekers. Your support truly means a lot. Don't forget to join me again in the next episode, where we will delve into another enriching book. Until then, happy reading and happy listening.